YouTube video showing the arrest of a man filming the FBI building in Pocatello has created quite a stir in recent days, but questions still remain. One of the biggest issues being debated is whether he had to show his ID to the officer. It turns out there is a clear legal answer. KPVI News that works for you reporter Rachel Cox-Rosen has the details.
We got a report that you were recording the FBI building, so I need to see your identification.
This is how the tense exchange between Sean Johnson and a Pocatello police officer began. It later escalated into Johnson being arrested for resisting and obstructing an officer. But Brom Rammell, an attorney, says that the officer had no right to ask for Johnson's ID in the first place.
Unless the officer had reasonable suspicion that he could articulate that Mr. Johnson was engaged in some type of criminal activity, he did not have a right to ask for his ID.
The key is this: reasonable articulable suspicion. In other words, in a court of law, officers must be able to say out loud the crime suspected of a person before they can make any commands. As for charging someone with resisting and obstructing, Rammell told me this.
There first of all has to be a lawful command, something that gives the officer a right to ask for the ID to begin with, which starts with reasonable articulable suspicion. After that, it may be in the best interest of a citizen to give that ID, but really legally they're not obligated to do so under those circumstances.
In a press conference Monday, the Pocatello police chief explained the police's side.
Our officers owe it to the community to check on these situations, so we are going to respond to them. We're going to find out what's going on.
In the end, Rammell agrees that while what Johnson did was lawful, community members should not necessarily mirror his behavior.
I think that people should try to cooperate with the police that are trying to do their job in an honest and straightforward way.
Now, Sean Johnson is due in court on August the 10th.